Hey there everybody, my name is Brian. I'm normally behind the camera here at Gideon's Tactical, but today I'm going to be in front of the camera and we're going to do a re-review. I'm going to talk a little bit about my impressions after using the Anaconda 7B. I've used this for quite a few months now, quite a few hikes. It's absolutely my go-to blade. We did a Kydex sheath for it. We did some other stuff. So we just want to talk a little bit about the awesome power, I think, of this Anaconda 7B and just how amazing it is. So let's get out there. Let's talk about the ergonomics of the handle real quick about this blade. You know, we did a full review. You'll see the link in the description below. And you know, it's a full review of Aaron and I sitting next to each other on the log. We're talking about the size of our hands and different things like that. But after using this blade for a while, I mean, you don't really realize how wide this handle is until you've used it. You know, Aaron's hand size is about a large to an extra large. Mine is a 2XL hand. So, I mean, glove size, I mean, I have trouble finding really stuff that I'm not pushing out to the end of gloves. Most of that stuff too, just because I'm a bigger guy. And this handle just fits so perfectly, so beautifully for me. And, you know, Tops did a really good job. I don't know if they were considering this. Thank you, Tops, if you did this. Thinking about, you know, extra large size guys that will be hiking. You know, not everybody's like a little Lilliputian up here hiking. Actually, larger guys like myself that like to also be out here at Blade Boot Camp. But this handle is great. You can see the size of even the handle, just the thickness, it's almost 3 times the thickness of the blade. And this is not a thin blade. I mean, this is a considerable blade. And that's the reason why I like it, is, you know, it's heavy, but it's not too heavy. And just this handle, I feel, just again, ergonomic wise too, you know, see this kind of this, it drops a little bit at the back. I mean, just for your hand on there, it just fits so beautifully. And I've really enjoyed, again, this handle. I know that Aaron, again, for his hand size, said that the handle was actually a deal breaker for him for this blade. Everything else about the knife, the steel, the blade, everything else, but the handle for him just got uncomfortable. And, you know, that's some of why he would say that too, just on comfortability scale for him as well. But for me, beautiful, beautiful. I love this blade, love the handle, and it's a great, great handle, especially if you have a larger hand like mine, which is like a 2X size. Now, I know Aaron tried to actually talk me out of this part of the video, but I really wanted to mention this because it's kind of, it's just weird. I don't know if when Ron Hood was designing this blade, if he had a lot of pots and pans around his fire that he would try to pull out and burn his hand many times. But so basically for him, he had Tops cut like these little waves or something, I don't know, in the top of this blade, which just cracks me up. I guess, you know, like if I had a pot and I didn't want to burn my hand, I could go into the fire and pull it out just because it's a, you know, larger blade. You know, I could probably cut some kind of wire or something with it, but it just, I don't know, it's just weird to me. I mean, it's not like a deal breaker again. It's just one of those things where, you know, maybe Ron Hood or people that know Ron Hood stuff, maybe he has other things like this. I haven't seen other blades where he has these little notches in the top of the blade. But specifically for the 7B Anaconda, you know, he really wanted that ability to pull a pot out of the fire, and, you know, hopefully Ron didn't have big burns or something on his hands at one point in his life, but this blade definitely took care of that for him. So thanks, Tops, for doing that for old Ron. Look at that twist in that wood. Anaconda will not do that. So I've been waiting the whole time to talk to you about my Anaconda 7B and the sheath. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, most all of the sheaths, and you know, Aaron says this all the time, and we feel like that here at the Blade Boot Camp, most of the sheaths, for especially the larger blades, suck. I mean, and that's an understatement. I mean, some of these sheaths, they're just an afterthought. So I was talking to Aaron and I was like, man, I really want a better sheath. I want something that's gonna last, that's be high quality. And so what do my eyes behold? The Yellow Hawk Kydex sheath by Doug Wilson. Now, in general, I thought Doug's middle name maybe W for wizard, because he is a wizard of Kydex. I mean, it is ridiculous. Just the attention to detail. I mean, just like some of the edges. I mean, just like you can see like this, it has some of the snake scaling on there. I mean, just really, really cool stuff. And, you know, as a consumer, you know, Aaron, and honestly, Aaron is totally more about just the practical side of what it's doing. But for me, I do care as well about the look of it, okay? I'm just throwing it out there, I'm just being honest, okay? I'm the video guy. I gotta care about how things look. Aaron's the production do-it guy. But so, and this thing just looks beautiful as well. And the only thing, though, about this sheath, Aaron, I don't even know if I want to say this. Like, dude, Doug, dude, you know, I love your work. It's amazing. I just have this one thing that I couldn't get out of my mind. Even each time I put this on, just the one thing in my mind, I just can't get out of it, is that I wish I would have had this sheath earlier for my Anaconda 7B. Gotcha, Doug. Dude, this sheath is amazing. Doug, you did an amazing job on this. It is so amazing. Again, just even the hole placement. I know too, Aaron and I were talking about this, you know, pancake camp versus taco, as far as the design and how they build these Kydex sheaths out. And I am fully, and Aaron, we talked about this, we are fully taco sheath guys. You're not wasting any size, any weight of the Kydex as well. And just the hole placement is amazing. You know, I put this little strap of paracord on there. And technically, I just used this today and we were hiking up and I didn't really actually even need it. I mean, it was just nice to not have it flopping around a little bit, but just the design of the upper connection to my belt and everything, it was just really comfortable that way. After wearing this a little bit though, I will say this, just for my hip, and you know, just the size and the height right here, that it was digging into my hip a little bit, just wearing it around camp. And you know, I'm bending over, I'm doing, you know, other stuff around camp. So that was a little bit, just this piece, just individually this piece. When Aaron and I were talking about probably doing a BLADEHQ lock for this. And you know, so I can do like a cross draw and put it on my hip here and come across and still have access to everything, which is awesome. Again, Doug, hole placement, all of this is amazing. And so it's really great. So let me show it to you on me and we'll continue to talk about this amazing sheath. So now you see, put the sheath on here, and I just love, again, this drop is just so awesome on here. It just stays out of the way, you know, like I mentioned in a few other videos and stuff too, just my shirt is always untucked. I just don't like tucking my shirt in when I'm hiking, and this totally fits behind here, totally stays out of the way, which is amazing. This is the only thing too, it just is kind of like digging into my skin right here a little bit. And so, you know, Aaron and I very easily were talking about, we just replace that with a BLADEHQ, no problem. And you know, but it serves a purpose. I mean, it's not loose or anything on me, so it actually fits nice, and it's actually a pretty good size too. You can see for the size of the belt. Also, you can see just the Kydex here, you know, where the thumb, it's just so amazing right there. And you know, we put this piece of the paracord on there, and all I did was I just lined it up with the blade. And actually, because of the size and the width of this, and just Doug's design, is that it doesn't need a lot to keep the blade in there. I mean, this blade's not going anywhere at all. And so it's still easy to pull out, easy to be able to resheath. And also just because that wide, if I'm over here doing something, I just glance over and I don't cut my shirt or anything, and I just lock it back in. So little Altoids holder for your various and sundry things if you want to do that. And I know that Doug makes these with all kinds of different attachments and different things that you can actually request from him, you know, obviously in more of a custom way. So, but what I did is I also have a Gecko 1500. And I was, you know, just playing with this the other night before I was setting up to go hike, and I thought, you know, I wonder what's going to happen with this. And I got it in this far, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And then listen to this. It actually locks in there, fully locked. I was like, I texted Aaron last night, and I was like, dude, I'm going to blow your mind with this Yellow Hawk sheath and just the way that blade blocks in there. So just a great all-around sheath. Again, it's right quick. Again, I can get that blade out and get to it. And you know, we're gonna have a description and a link to Yellowhawk Kydex sheaths in the description below. And again, we encourage you totally to check them out. About $125 price point-ish, somewhere in there. But again, it probably depends on too how many other accessories you want to put onto it, if you just want the straight sheath or you want other accessories. So check them out. Doug W. Wizard Wilson, you did a wonderful job with this sheath. So kids, if you haven't already noticed, I'm a gigantor. So Anaconda 7B, perfect, absolutely perfect one quiver blade for me. My go-to 9 times out of 10 going to be my main blade I go to. Size, can do the little, can do the big, can chop, can baton, can make feather sticks, everything. And so I really enjoy the Tops 7B, especially with the Kydex sheath. Everything about it, I really love it, and I think you will too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, as a bigger guy, you know, I'm 6'6", weigh about 230-ish pounds. You know, if I'm on the internet, I'm looking up stuff, whether it's on eBay or Amazon. I mean, I have a 2XL mountain bike. I'm always looking for things that are going to accommodate me and my size, whether it's pants, and including blades. You know, we don't talk a ton about even the geometry of handles, and you know, we mentioned that in the previous review about the handle, but just the overall blade. I just love this blade. It's comfortable in my hand. I've done chopping with it. Just everything that I use this blade for is me as a larger guy. I enjoy the size and just the ergonomics as well on this Anaconda 7B. And again, if you're a larger guy, bigger guy like me, and you're looking for a blade that's going to fit a hand that's this big, this size, I think you'll really enjoy the Anaconda 7B. So stay equipped, stay prepared, and Aaron and I will see you out there.